Hey, good morning everyone. Thank you so much for coming back. Welcome to Crypto India. This is a channel that we talk about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, blockchain, ICOs, news, developments, and market sentiments around the world. So, thank you so much for coming back. In this video today, we'll be talking about Economic Times article on how to buy first Bitcoin in India. While there's so much of uncertainty in people's mind as to what is the status of Bitcoin, this article can speaks really a lot. We'll talk about another news from Sweden. The JP Diamond, the CEO of JP Morgan, has been his statement on Bitcoin that Bitcoin is a fraud. He has got him into trouble. So we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the price dip that we have right now, and so much of fear in people's mind as to what exactly is going to happen with cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Are they about to die? Because we have been seeing the price drop every day right now. So we will see that what is the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies looks like, and why there is so much of fear in the market. So we'll start with the coinmarketcap.com today. We'll have a look at the price first, and I'm sure most of you guys already know there is a dip in the price today. The price is almost down. If you look at Bitcoin, it's about 3736, which was last trading at for about 3900 something. Then you have Ethereum at 268 US dollar. You have Bitcoin Cash at 431. You have Dash at 354 US dollar. You have Litecoin at 5048 US dollar. So I think Dash has moved to number 5 position. Oh, this is very interesting because we had Litecoin at number 5 position actually. Now you have Dash on number 5 position. Okay, that's something new that I just found out. Okay, so anyway, the market looks pretty stable right now. Not kind of stable, but it's going down for sure because there's a lot of fear coming out from China. The China has banned all the cryptocurrency exchanges, ICOs right now. So absolutely, there's no trading happening in China, and this business of trading has moved to South Korea and Japan. Japan has reported the largest number in terms of cryptocurrency turnover after the China's news of cryptocurrencies exchanges ban. So let's get into the first news of the day, which is by Economic Times. So Economic Times has gone ahead and printed an article, a beautiful article that says here is a step-by-step guide to buy Bitcoin in India. Now this is very interesting. By why? Because Economic Times is one of the most reputed newspaper in India, especially in Mumbai, and you must have come across a lot of people. I mean, we only at times doubt whether Bitcoin is going to survive, considering what all is happening with the governments around the globe. We do have doubt: is it gonna die, or is it gonna be? Is it all over? So this article kind of gives kind of assurance that the things are still moving on. So they have written an article that says step by step guide. So they have mentioned a couple of exchanges. Now one exchange that they mentioned, so they mentioned Unocoin, Bitsozo, Zeppay, and they've also mentioned Coinbase. Now I don't know how, because as far as I know, Coinbase is not an Indian exchange. Coinbase is an exchange from US, and they deal with US dollar as a fiat currency and not INR. So I'm not sure. Maybe this may be an error in the article, but as long as I know, Coinbase does not provide Bitcoin in India because they have a US dollar account. But just wanted to let you know, guys, that even the mainstream newspapers and medias are talking about here also in Bitcoin in India. So we rarely find any news related to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in India right now, as the Indian government is quite pretty quiet. But I thought this article looks pretty interesting for Indian market. Let's look at the Jamie Dimon. What happened with the Jamie Dimon guy, the CEO of the JP Morgan Bank, who made a statement that Bitcoin is a fraud, after which the price really dropped by 10-20%. And then the JP Morgan Security bought some significant number of Bitcoin on one of the exchange. So the Sweden, it's coming from Sweden. So here's the news. So JP Morgan reported to Swedish Financial Supervisory Authority for market manipulation after chief executive's public statement against Bitcoin. So he has been blamed for market manipulation, which is very common, and this is a big crime. If you are trying to manipulate market, then this is a crime for sure, because a lot of investors, I'm sure, would have gone ahead and sold their Bitcoin, or would have taken some or the other step, so which you are actually causing them a loss by making such statements. It's literally misleading the investors and causing a price drop and taking an advantage of the price drop by buying more of Bitcoin. So this is really not an ethical move for sure. I don't know what's the true story behind it, but so far this is what turns out, that this was on purpose, and he is being, so of course. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting news. I think I should leave the link in the description below, and you guys can go ahead and read it. So the company says that it has filed a market abuse report with the Swedish Financial Supervisory Authority after JP Morgan's team purchased Bitcoin derivatives notes for clients on the Stockholm-based exchange Nasdaq Nordic. So anyway, I'll leave the link in the description below. Go ahead and read that. For JP Morgan, sorry, the Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan really looks into some serious trouble right now. Okay, so let's look at some other news, which is an article on cointelegraph.com. I would have actually loved to share my screen with you guys, but I'm just trying to figure out some tools and equipment through which I can do that, because that makes the things easier for you to have a look at, because me reading, it's pretty difficult. So once I can share the screen with you guys, that will be easier to go through all the news together. So this is an article on Cointelegraph, says that despite China fears years is good for Bitcoin, news outweighs the bad. So they have quite a few valid points. The first thing that they mentioned is, yes, Chinese have got banned ICOs and Bitcoin exchanges, but this is not something that they are doing it for the first time. They have been doing it multiple times, and they have multiple times reopened it. So there is nothing to worry about in this. Secondly, they have also mentioned that if Bitcoin was all that bad, then the countries like Japan, Australia, South Korea would not have come out with the regulations on guidelines on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency payment, and they would never have accepted Bitcoin as a legal payment method, which is quite a valid point. And so all this goes to say that the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are here to stay, and there may be a temporary FUD, fear in people's mind, but in the long run they are going to survive. So the other news is that uh, yeah, I mean, they have also mentioned something on the blockchain, because they have mentioned that a lot of companies are adopting blockchain, a lot of banks are adopting blockchain, other industries are adopting blockchain. But however, the blockchain inspection came with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the first application of blockchain. So there is no way that can be forgotten, and also there is no way it can be banned or stopped. I mean, even if the exchanges are stopped in any country, for example China, if the exchanges are shut, the Bitcoin can still be moved peer to peer from one person to other person. And you also have localbitcoins.com, which runs, you can buy Bitcoins and peer to peer. So I mean, the governments can put regulations and stop ban on the cryptocurrencies to fiat exchanges, but however, to stop the actual Bitcoin movement from one wallet to other would be really difficult task. I think it's impossible as per what I read about Bitcoin blockchain technology. So and also they have mentioned that the increasing awareness, that the awareness is increasing rapidly, and more people are getting to know about this wonderful technology, and so the uses are increasing. If you see, we have today the issue, we talk about SegWit, we talk about hard fork, This is all because the numbers of users for Bitcoin has increased, and because of which we have to come to a situation where we need to increase the block size to facilitate more transactions, just like Visa and Master, which doesn't look possible in near future, but probably 1 or 2 years down the line we definitely can see the Bitcoin having the same capability of having Visa and Master. So yeah, I mean there are bad news about Bitcoin around the globe, and but there are at least good news also. So it's sort of, but I'm just being very positive, guys, because in my viewpoint, it's very simple. If Bitcoin was banned, if Bitcoin was that bad, cryptocurrencies was that bad, the countries like Russia, the countries like Japan, the countries like Australia will not accept it as a regular payment method, or will not think about even regulation. So far it's just one country which is behaving naive, like China. But again, the China has done this in the past, so I don't think it really makes a hell lot of difference to the cryptocurrencies market and its growth. So that's it for now, guys. Let me know how did you like this, and hit the like button if you like the content, and hit the subscribe button if you've not subscribed. Like I said, it's an early technology right now, and we are very fortunate and to have discovered this technology at such an early stage. There are going to be challenges in terms of adoption, in terms of there are going to be criticism, but for that matter, every technology has been criticized first before it was accepted, and blockchain and Bitcoin is not different. So on that note, I would like to end this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video. See you.